What's going on, family? TJ Loftin. I'm out here in Alpharetta, Georgia. I had a client who flew in who was interested in moving to Georgia. So, I do the coaching and consulting, and I go with them to find properties, etc. I'm not a real estate agent, none of that, but I'm a person that helps investors make good investments. So, on this particular property that we were looking at with this client, it was all new construction. So I was over there with them to look at the construction projects that they were doing. And family, the skills to build these houses were not there. So I got the price down drastically after speaking with the developer, because the real estate person didn't know what they was talking about. So they brought in the developer. And when I explained to the developer what I saw and pointed out all of this stuff, the developer just was straight honest with me. He said, look, the skill set is not there. Yes, they're throwing these houses up because they got to meet the demands. And I'm like, well, how you guys getting through the city with this? And the city just wants to get these buildings in because they're trying to bring in these higher paying tax revenue people, who these higher earners. They're trying to bring them in as fast as possible for the market changes, and then they lose out big. So everybody's turning the other cheek. But in the meanwhile, come 5, 10 years later, after them home warranties go up, people gonna be experiencing a lot of problems, a lot of trouble. Roof leaking, cold air coming in, birds living in your attic because of the roof settled, and all of a sudden the crack opened up, allowing squirrels to squeeze into your attic and live. And it's all kind of things gonna happen. And it was just so interesting that the developer decided, you're right. And he decided, if you guys are still interested in these, he's going to knock the price down drastically. And my jaw kind of just hit the ground because I knew the client was going to take the deal. And it was like, it all boils down to, I'm not saying, oh, good, look what I got them a discount. I'm more looking at the fact that, what about the people who don't use me to go in and look at the property? What about the people who don't know what they're looking at? What about the people that's just in a rush to get their house finished so that they can move in, so that they can flip it and make that $50,000, $100,000, $200,000? What about the people that's just interested in hurrying up and finishing so they can hurry up and make this money, so they can hurry up and move in before the interest rate goes up or something? And they just allowing them to throw up these bad houses. So we always got to remember, the more expensive the houses are, the more the developers are cutting back. The hotter the market, the cheaper the property you're going to get. I'm looking at wood that's just straight up no good, that shouldn't even been in these houses. This wood was rotted out, and it shows that the supply demand, the chain of products, the wood, all the materials, they second to none. They giving up bad pieces. And it's just, these pieces shouldn't even be in these houses, but they're there because they're cutting corners like crazy just to get these houses up, family. But it all boils down to, before you buy a house, if you in Georgia, if you anywhere, and if you can afford to buy a $700,000 house, then you can afford to hire me for a coach, bring me out for a consultation, bring me out to walk through these houses with you and look at them before you buy. Bring me out to walk through these houses and look at them and see what your developer is doing for you. Not just houses, but commercial buildings, family, because they throwing this stuff up, and it's ridiculous. But like I said, you're going to catch it in the end if you get caught holding the bag on some bad property. Because remember, they're not thinking long term. They're thinking, if we can just build it, that it'll last long enough until the home warranty goes out, until the builder warranty goes out. They good. They're good. Some people are saying 5 years, some people saying 10 years, some people saying 20 years. Family, call me for a consultation. Call me for a training class, because it's very important that you learn what you're looking at. It's not just about the finished product. It's not just about the granite countertops and the big giant closet with all the attachments that's in there that makes it look like a beautiful home. It's not about the amazing bathroom. It's about the craftsmanship and how long is this house going to last you. Because the last time I checked, a lot of people buying these houses to retire in. They're not buying them to sit in and then decide to sell them because they're falling apart. All right, family, peace and love. TJLoftin.com. Call me.